Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Friday, April 5th, 2013. Alright, let's just skip right over and look at the calendar for today. We have an employment situation which is going to report on March employment. And I think the market's thinking that it's not going to be too good based on ADP's announcement. Now yesterday the market was up, but mostly it was because of some of these announcements, and I think the Bank of Japan earlier this morning, and I don't know if it's on this list or not here, as an overnight announcement. No, I don't see that on here. Things were kind of looking up yesterday a little bit, but as we can see this morning, it's down a tad. And we'll look at some of our other indicators. Gold is up a little bit, and oil is still at about 93 when it was 97, 98 a couple of weeks ago, so I guess that's a good thing. Generally, as a rule, though, if they think that there's not going to be much demand for oil, then of course the price drops a little bit. Or if there starts to be an oversupply, so actually the price of oil is kept at this price by OPEC, I guess you could say, that they manipulate the supply in order to keep the price up, so they can continue to live in their lavish lifestyle. You know, who can blame them, I guess? I mean, I can't blame them. All right, take a look at just a peek here at MasterCard. Here is already pegged 60 cents this morning right off the bat, so I'm wondering what could be going on here. And this is 4-3, so there's no real news this morning on MasterCard, so I don't know why that is there. Alright, we'll take a look at the account. Insurance policies still hanging in there and kind of wallowing around a little bit. And then this other, this is not an insurance policy. This is a iron condor. No, that's just double calendar is what this is. I'm sorry. I had a senior moment there. That's a double calendar. That's another insurance policy. We're waiting for that one to pay off. Anything in trouble here? Chipotle, Google, yeah. Google's in the money right now, but again, I'm not going to worry about it. Good chance that looking at the market today, the way that it may open, that this may move back out of the money, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. I do want to say, though, that yesterday I did get out of PNRA, and it was not pretty. But I guess I was able to save some face. First, let's look at the chart. And you can see that it closed on the wrong side of the short of the iron condor and appears to be definitely moving in that direction, and nothing's going to hold it back. This was a down day on the market. This is a slight update on the market, still climbing. So I decided that I was going to get out, and here's the way that I did it, and we can see it here if we look at the account statement, and that was on the Profit 10 portfolio. PNRA, let's go back 45 days. Alright, if we go back 45 days, this trade and this trade, the 227 and 312 was a bear call trade that was profitable. Paid 40 for it, or collected 40 for it, and then paid 13 to get it back. So made 27 cents on that particular trade. Here's the iron condor that was opened on 3/6, and the total credit here, 42 and 67, is $1.09. All right, then yesterday I exited this in pieces. So first I bought back my short for $2.63. So that put me $1.54 in the hole. And then I put a limit order. I didn't want to sit on this long one very long, because if the price wasn't going to be moving good, then we were going to be suffering from some time decay on the premium. So I put a limit in at $1.40. Actually had it in, I think, $1.70, and I knew that it wasn't going to get there. And if I would have done $1.70, then actually the trade would have been profitable. But I settled for $1.40, so I was $1.54 in the hole, and I got $1.40 for this, so ended up 14 cents in the hole on this particular trade. So you can do that if the stock, I mean, it gapped up so high yesterday, I figured that it was just going to keep on marching, and it did a little bit. If we look at the chart here, it did a little bit, and this is about when it hit the limit. It almost hit $1.70 on this candle, at that 10 o'clock time frame, but I had to bring it down a little bit, and it hit the $1.40 here, and I was happy that I didn't have to take a really huge loss. So the put side is still open. All right, so that's where we are with the accounts, and I want to do something just a little bit different today on the scan. I wanted to go to the A+ list, and let's take a look at charts. And what we're looking at here, let's start with Apple. What we're looking at here is a 2-year daily chart. Okay, it says that here, also 2-year daily. Alright, so if we're looking at Apple over the long term, we're looking at this $400 level here, which naturally acted as some resistance. And we're wondering if it's going to act as support. So here, once we went into our downtrend, we had a retrace here, and it went down. We had another retrace here, came down, really gapped here at earnings, and a retrace, down, retrace, and now another downtrend. We're looking for a lower low. And is that going to be 400? We don't know. Amazon long-term chart. Takes a while for this, for it to collect all the data. So we're in here with an iron condor, and looks like a bear call on this too. You can get rid of this. Alright, so I can't really tell anything on this. I would say that this 260 here is a sort of a significant level, because really if you look at this from an area and not a specific price, we are looking at some consolidation and some sort of support at the 260 level. And is it going to break down below it? I would say that that is significant and could be a trigger for a new trend, a new stronger trend. Baidu, that's just not really good news for Baidu. And again, I'm still considering whether I want them to remain on the A+ list or not, because it's just getting too cheap. And I really do like the underlines to be over $100. CF Industries, pretty volatile. I mean, it's up, it's down, it's all around. So remember, we had to get out of this iron condor on the put side. We still have the call side on that. Can't really tell anything from this, maybe the 200 level, but this is significant that we broke down below the 200 level. And it looks like 190 is next. So is this going to hold or not? That is the question. Chipotle. This is the 10%, 5% iron condor that I put on. Sort of a short-term one, waiting for this to start to pay off. This hasn't been paying off yet. It's still in the hole, but I suspect over the next probably like next week it's going to start, provided the price cooperates, of course, it's going to start paying off. I think that there's like $150 that could be made off of this one. Salesforce, it's got the stock split coming up. When is this coming up? Oh, on 4/8. So I don't know what that's going to do to this. And again, you know, this 160 level on this particular stock definitely was resistance, and let's see if it's going to act as support if we go into a downtrend. We're not really like specifically into a downtrend yet. Yeah, just the 50 just turned red here, so I'm not sure that we're quite there yet. Missed it. I really don't want to see that particular alert anymore. Google, we are still in an uptrend, and I'm looking for Google to make some sort of move up here. We're in the money. Be nice if it would move up. So, waiting for that to happen. Still have some time though. Okay, have all the time that's on shown on this bar here for that particular one. But 650 is a definite mark here, and you know, maybe like the 775 is another mark, resistance support, but definitely this 650 has proved out. So could it move back down to that? It could. I'm not saying anything's going to happen with that at this point. There. Now it won't show it again. Okay, MasterCard, I had this alert on. It's the only alert that I have left besides the one that I have on SPX. So there's no entry alerts for anything right now, and I'm not going to run a scan for that. I'll do that Monday for Monday's video. Significant support resistance, 460. What's with the 60s? It's 760, 460, 160. Wow, that's kind of unusual. But anyway, definitely a big long period of consolidation here, and then a little wiggle. Nothing that I can see there. We're still in an uptrend. Netflix. Wow. Talk about you know, I don't know what that is. It's not even a cup and handle yet. It's some cup though. It's more like a deep dish bowl or something. Still in an uptrend, but lately definitely showing some signs of weakness and possibly coming to fill this gap. 120 is acting as a point of resistance here, and actually when it gapped up it just blew right by it. So maybe it's going to come back down to 120. That would be a good place to guess. If you wanted to be an analyst and tell everybody where you think that Netflix is going to be in the near future, that would be the number. Okay, and Priceline in a nice uptrend. Long term, well, you know, this is pretty significant. That's like a double top here. I mean, that is a double top. It's not like a double top. And it failed to go past the 775. No, it wasn't 760. We could look at 760. Let's take a look at 760. That's right about here. So you could say that. All right, well, let's say 760. We have a point of support resistance here at 675. And then in the past, this 550 definitely did play a big role, and then it showed up as support over here too. And we got something at 600. And it blew right past that, came back, filled it, and then acts as support recently. Last but not least is PNRA. All right. We're out of that right now, so this iron condor on this side is gone. All right. Anything jump out at me here? This 165 wasn't 160. Well, we could maybe call it 160. It's definitely playing a point of resistance. I don't see it acting as any support in this time frame. And then we have major support here at 155. And we don't have, once it broke out of here, broke through that 175, and if it stays above there for, any significant amount of time, like maybe a month or so, then it's for real. And it will have broken this 170, I guess you could say, resistance point here. And then last but not least, let's look at SPX. We still have our 1576 alert here, still waiting for something to happen there. May not have anything happen there. So that's it for today. That's all I wanted to cover. I thought it would be interesting to go through those 2-year charts and take a look at where major support and resistance is. And if you want to keep that in mind or put some lines on your chart related to that, go ahead. It'll be interesting to watch. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and happy trading.